Guys, welcome back to Strong Successful Male. So I had a subscriber email me the other day, and he wanted to know if I could do a video where I would talk about all the important lessons I've learned throughout my life lessons that have helped benefit me. And basically, these lessons would be based on things that obviously I've done wrong and learned the hard way, as well as things that I got right and have definitely benefited my life. He wanted to know if I can make a video on that. And this guy, I'm not going to share his email because it's very short, but basically he's 21 years old, and he said that he feels like he's really beyond his years in knowledge because of the things he's learned, not just from me, but also from lots of guys that do channels like me, lots of guys in the community that comment on the different videos. He really feels like he's beyond his years. And he thought that if I did this, it could really help out not only him, but plenty of other guys out there that are looking for guidance. So I came up with a top 10 list, top 10 life lessons I've learned through my life that things that I've gotten right and things I've gotten wrong and what I've learned from that I think would really help you guys out. And this works, the things I'm going to talk about, guys, this will really help whether you are young, in your teens, high school, college, or whatever, or way later in life in your 40s, 50s, and up, okay? You can all benefit from these things. So I'm going to go through it right now, and I'm sure the older guys here have obviously learned these things, either getting it right or the hard way, and you'll just nod your head in agreement here. So, but for especially you younger guys, pay attention. This could really help you out big time. So, first one, it's a top 10 here, and in no particular order. Number one, always take care of your health. Guys, I'm a personal trainer, so this is obviously what I do. The other part, my other job, is helping people get in a really good shape and stay that way. All right? Your health is crucial. The old saying, health is wealth, is dead on, okay? So wherever you are in life, whether you are young or you're older, you got to do your best to really take care of yourself. And there's different areas in this particular field I'm talking about here. Number one is obviously exercise. I'm not saying you got to join a gym and become all jacked and huge like you're going to compete for the Mr. Olympia contest or something. No, I'm just saying you should exercise and just get yourself to be fit, okay? You don't have to be huge, just fit. And this means doing both cardiovascular exercise like jogging or biking or doing some kind of activity like martial arts or whatever it happens to be, something that gets you moving, gets that heart rate going. That's very important. Also, resistance exercise, whether it's lifting weights or doing a lot of body weight exercises, I don't care, but just something that you are obviously challenging your muscles in a different type of way. Very, very important for so many reasons, okay? Guys, it has been shown that people that exercise and work their bodies are in so much better health than people that don't. And of course, by exercising, you feel a lot better. Definitely want to exercise and do that. Again, at the gym or at home, but definitely get yourself moving and doing things. Also, in part with the health thing, eating well, okay? So many people, especially here in the United States, their diet is awful. They eat crap most of the time. You gotta eat healthy, guys, okay? It literally, you are what you eat. No joke. I would say conservatively, 85% of the time, and I'm being conservative, I eat extremely healthy and clean. And the other 15% of the time, I will make room for the occasional pizza or cheeseburgers or beer or whatever like that. But I would probably say it's more like 10% of the time I do that. But 85% of the time, conservatively, I'm eating very healthy. So you got to eat clean, guys. And if you don't know how to cook and make good, clean meals, good, healthy stuff, YouTube. YouTube is a great source to find videos on guys how to cook, okay? It'll really help you out. And by going to the grocery store and buying your own stuff and cooking, you also save yourself a lot of money. People that eat bad stuff, it's literally poison in your body, and it will make your life a lot shorter. Not to mention the healthcare costs that you're going to have later in life. Obviously, if you're in your teens and your 20s, you feel like, hey, I got plenty of life to live. This will catch up with you, trust me, okay? And also, along with those things, guys, remember, making sure that you're proactive in the sense that you get yourself checked out every now and again. Every year, I go and get an annual physical at the doctor. I had the doctor check me out, make sure everything's cool. I get blood tests just to make sure everything is right, just to make sure, guys, and I highly recommend that you guys do that as well. I also, at the recommendation of a friend, am now going to annually get myself meet with a dermatologist and have him check everything out, make sure there's nothing weird on my skin, because you never know. Also, I get my eyes checked out once a year just to make sure my eyes are fine, okay? When I'm not doing videos, I got to wear glasses around the house because I'm not going to wear contacts. It creeps me out putting that shit in my eyes. But again, and also the dentist, making sure you get your cleanings every 6 months or more if they recommend it, flossing, brushing, all that. Because that will come back to cost you a lot in life and cause you a lot of pain if you don't do things right. All this in the spectrum of health. Very important, guys. I cannot stress this enough. All right, number 2, never take advice from women about women. Now, I've mentioned this before in other videos, guys, and I've gotten some hate about this, but any of you guys that ever taken advice from women about women, whether it be how to attract women, date women, how to handle them, relationships, all that, it doesn't end well. And I guarantee you there are guys watching this right now that have done this and made the situation worse. By and large, most women do not know what they emotionally respond to. And they're going to give you advice based on what they think, what they feel should be the right thing, but they themselves would not respond to in a favorable way if a guy behaved that way. Okay? Also, generally, women are going to do things to benefit other women. They'll want guys to do things that they think that is what they would want, but in reality, they respond to something else. Again, how many times you heard women complain that they want a nice guy that does all these great things for them and returns their calls quickly and treats them well and all these other things and is romantic and all that, and then the guy does that and she ends up breaking up with him for the guy that doesn't do any of that. Okay? I made this mistake so many times when I was younger. Girls I was friends with, I'd ask advice about other girls, and I would do the things they'd say, and it would always blow up my face. Don't do that, guys. I got a lot of women that aren't going to like hearing that. I got a lot of guys probably that won't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Now, occasionally you will get some women that have some bit of an idea on varying things, okay? But generally, I have yet to meet one that got everything. No. So, if you need advice about women or relationships or dating or pickup or attraction, talk to a guy that has experience. Talk to a guy that is good with women. That will help you big time. Don't consult the girls. It will blow up in your face. All right, number 3. Never settle in life. And when I say in life, I don't just mean in relationships. I'm talking about everything, okay? Most people in life settle. And let's be honest here, most people in life are frustrated that they are not in a place where they really not only want to be, but they feel like they should be. A lot of people in life settle for crappy friends that aren't that great because they don't want to be alone. Or a lot of people settle for bad relationships because they don't want to be alone, or they think they can't do any better and they're miserable, okay? Or a lot of people settle for just a mediocre job because they're afraid that if they actually try, they might fail, or they might not be able to get it right the first time, or they're insecure or unsure they can do it. And they settle for some mediocre job that they really don't maximize their potential, don't make the kind of money they could make if they actually made it happen, okay? And they're unhappy. Guys, don't settle. Always try to push yourself to be able to do something better, because you know in your gut you want better, go for it, okay? And with relationships, so many guys, they may be in a relationship with a girl and they're unhappy, and what they ultimately do is they sometimes will break up with a girl, and then they're alone, then they try dating for a while and realize that it's not going very well. They don't try very long. They don't try being alone for too long. And they end up going back to the same girl. They try to win her back, thinking that she's as good as it's going to get, when they don't actually give it a shot of being alone for a while and try meeting different women and all that. Again, this is for you guys that do dating and relationships, okay? And they settle. And they usually end up marrying the girl, and they're miserable. Never settle, guys. And also, I want to point something out and mention this because, you know, I talk about videos how women say they never settle and they're alone and they're miserable. When I say don't settle, I mean, let's just say for you guys that do relationships, you met a great girl, okay, and let's just say she is, you like girls with big boobs, but she's a B cup when you like girls that are C cups, but she's great in every other area. Then who gives a shit about that? Okay, don't be that picky. But I'm talking about settling for someone that, say you want a woman that's attractive and she's athletic and takes care of herself, and you settle for a girl, she's good in a lot of areas, but she's overweight. Or there's other things about her that just don't click, but you do it because you figure, hey, you know, she really likes me, she really cares about me, this is probably as good as it's going to get. No, you're going to regret it. Just trust me on that, okay? Don't nitpick about the little stupid things, but the big things you don't settle for, okay? Go for the things you want in life, guys. You're going to be so much happier. All right. Number 4, start putting away money when you're young. Guys, I've talked about this in other videos, and I cannot stress this enough. Always, when you are young, when you're old enough to legally start having a job, like at 16 years old, start putting away money, okay, to save, not to spend on bullshit, okay? Put away money to save and grow it, okay? And as you get a little bit older, particularly when you're 18 years old, do your research, do your homework, talk to maybe one of your parents if they have this knowledge, to opening a retirement account, an individual retirement account, preferably a Roth IRA, that you can start put money away and growing over the years, okay? Even if you can only put away $50 a month, that's $50 a month that you can put away and start growing early on. Or if it's not an IRA, it's a brokerage account. You can start investing early on in different mutual funds or index funds, or whatever it happens to be, okay? The earlier you start, the better you are. And of course, along that, with that mindset, have an emergency fund. Because guys, shit's going to happen. You want to have money set aside. You don't want to have to rely on your parents or your friends or racking up money on your credit cards when a problem arises. Put away money early. You will be so happy you did that. I learned early on from my parents to put money away, and I'm so glad I did it. I opened my first brokerage account and retirement account when I was 21 years old. On my birthday, I went down with my dad, and we did it. And that really helped us bond, because we were always talking about the stock market and investing and all that. Start young. Trust me on this. You'll be so grateful one day as you see those numbers rise and grow over the years, while other people that didn't do that because they pissed away their money on bullshit don't have anything or anything close to what you've accumulated over the decades. Okay? Number 5, embrace failure. Guys, there is nobody that's had great success in this world, whether they are a very wealthy, successful businessman or a professional sports athlete, an entertainer, you name it, that hasn't failed many, many times along the way. Failure is on the path to success. Guys, I love to fail, because when I fail, I then learn something, okay? There have been so many things in my life that I've achieved, but believe me, I did not get right the first time. It took a lot of practice, a lot of me screwing up and failing, but I always, especially in my adult life, learned to evaluate the situation and say, okay, this didn't work. Fine, now I know. Now I'm going to move on to this option. I'll try this. If this doesn't work, I'll move on to this option. And so on and so forth until you figure it out. Most people in life don't come close to living up to their full potential at all because they're so afraid of failure. Who cares? Keep trying. Like I said, anybody that's had real success has had constant failures. If you don't believe me, look it up. Look up, Google different successful businessmen, athletes, all that. They all had their share of hardships and mistakes and failures, but they kept going. It's a process, okay? Guys, you want to make something of yourselves, you have to accept that you're going to fail sometimes. And if people are going to say things about you, who cares? Screw them. You will have the last laugh. Mark my words when you are making something of yourselves. It's just part of the process. Okay? Number 6, take advantage of other people's knowledge to help you out along the way in life. All of us have people that we know that are good at something. They have some level of expertise in some field. Use their knowledge and their wisdom to help you along your path, okay? When I was younger, I started my first business when I was 22 years old, okay? And I had really educated myself in a lot of things, but I still had knowledge gaps in different areas. And it would have been much easier if I simply asked people that I knew for help and guidance. But I didn't do it because I was A, a stubborn jackass, and B, I kind of felt like, and this was stupid, but I felt like if I didn't do it all myself, if I didn't have all the answers myself, then the success I gained wasn't mine. Okay? And that was stupid because there were so many people I knew that had different types of knowledge and expertise in things that could have saved me a whole lot of trouble and not to mention a whole lot of money. So I encourage you guys, if you know people that are good at things, consult them. Okay? These are friends, family, associates, even clients. I got clients now that have different jobs, different backgrounds, and I become very friendly with my personal training clients. We talk about different things, and they give me pieces of advice. They help me out, and I'm grateful for that, and I help them out, okay? Always use the advice of people that have expertise and knowledge in things that you don't, okay? Do not be afraid to ask, okay? Seriously. And if they care about you, they want to help you out. Seriously. Next one, and I've mentioned this before in other videos, choose your friends very carefully. Guys, if you really want to make something of yourself in this world, you can't be hanging around a bunch of people that do nothing but sit on their ass and do nothing, okay? Because they're going to drag you down, okay? We're the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. So really, really think about who you spend your time with, okay? So if you want to really make something of yourself, you're going to have a hard time doing that if you spend all your free time hanging out with guys that all they want to do is get drunk and party, okay? I got no problem with having fun, but I think you need to be on your purpose, moving towards your goals a vast majority of the time. There is room for some fun and kicking back and hanging out. It can't be all business. But you got people that all they do is party and have fun, especially you young guys. You young guys that are in college in your 20s, this is the time you got to be on your grind. Not screwing around all the time, okay? The people that make something of themselves, they're not the ones screwing around. They are going against the herd and on that path towards their goals and ambitions, okay? And believe me, trust me on this, and I guarantee you're going to encounter this, because I've encountered this since I was in business for myself and had goals. A lot of people aren't going to like that you're going to be doing those things, being so disciplined with your goals and studying in school and working out at the gym and getting yourself healthy, disciplined with your food, working towards starting a business, because they're not doing anything with their lives and you are showing them what's possible, but they can see through you. You're making them look bad in their eyes because they're not doing anything. So they're going to have problems with you and in some cases try to sabotage you. Therefore, you need to hang out with people that are like-minded for goals and ambition and things like that, okay? Or if you want to lose a bunch of weight and stay healthy. If you hang out with a bunch of people that are overweight and eat like crap and don't exercise anything, that's going to impact you. Choose your friends very carefully, okay? And of course, you want people that are supportive and loyal and have your back, okay? It is better to have just a couple really good friends on your side than to have 20 people that you hang out with and you can't trust any of them, all right? Or they're going to try to sabotage you directly or indirectly. It's not worth it, guys. All right, next one. Number 8, always stand up for yourself. Guys, this starts when you're a little kid to elementary school, junior high, high school, college, and the rest of your life. Trust me, if you let people push you around when you're a kid and you don't stand up for yourself against bullies, it's going to happen the rest of your life, okay? You always stand your ground. You don't let anybody push you around, okay? And we've all been through that crap when we were kids, on the playground, on the bus home from school, with some older kid, with some older asshole was pushing you around. You can't back down because bullies feed on weakness. If you don't stand your ground, you're screwed. And yeah, you may walk out of there with a bloody nose or a black eye, but at least you stand your ground. And I'm not saying that you go out looking for fights. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying you defend yourself if somebody is pushing you too far. But in the adult world where you're not going to be, getting into fist fights over things, at least I hope not, that means you stand for your beliefs, what's important to you, and you don't let anybody push you down and knock you down what's important to you and your goals and your ambitions. I cannot stress that enough. Do not let people take advantage of you. Otherwise, number one, they're not going to respect you, but also others will see you as weak and try to take advantage of you too. Okay? You got to be strong and stand your ground. Cannot stress that enough. Number 9. You need to have and always maintain good credit. Guys, pretty much in this world, you can't do much without somebody consulting your credit report. Therefore, when you are old enough to be able to legally get a credit card, I recommend you do that. Get 1 credit card, maybe 2. And what I want you to do, you may not be able to get a very big limit. You might get a limit of like $300, which you could spend on that. Even then, who cares? You get those credit cards for the sole reason of building up good credit, which means every month you may use 10% of what you have on gas or some minor purchases. That's it. And pay it back on time. You pay it on time and that will show that you got a good credit history of paying things on time, showing that you're reliable. And therefore, over time, your credit score will get bigger and bigger. There are some people that think, you shouldn't get credit cards, or you shouldn't do anything on credit. Guys, unless you come from a very wealthy family or you won the lottery, you can't exactly go buy a house or a condo with cash because most people don't have that money in the bank to buy it outright. So you're going to take a freaking loan. okay? And your credit score will determine the interest rate and terms on that loan. Therefore, you want to work to get as high of a credit score as possible. Therefore, so always pay your bills on time. Don't spend your money on bullshit, okay? Don't rack up the credit cards as an emergency, okay? That's why I say have an emergency fund and save your money. That way it doesn't rack up on your cards. It is so important. Start young. Get a credit card when you're 18. If you're young, if you're watching this and you're older and you don't have a credit card, get one now or get two. And again, only use those for just a little bit. Pay them on time. And as time, your credit will build. And this will help you with everything. Not just buying a house, buying a car. It can help you when you need to rent an apartment. Because trust me, if the landlord has a good place in high demand and he's looking at multiple people that want to rent his space, and you have an okay score and another person has like a score of like 800, darn near perfect score, the odds are he's going to go to the person with the 800 score and you're out. Simply because that person had better credit. So build it up over the years, guys. I can't stress that enough. And the last one, number 10, and I cannot stress this enough as well, to you young guys in particular that are into dating and hooking up and pickup, always wear protection and always dispose of the protection. Guys, the last thing you need when you are going off on your path in life to make it where you want to be is to get some girl pregnant, okay? And there are women out there that, believe me, will want to get pregnant because that way then they can, have money coming to them every month. Right? It happens. You know I'm right about this. And the women watching this know women that have done this on purpose. Also, simply they just are ready to be mommies, whatever age they are, and the guy ends up on the hook for child support. Okay? Guys, unless you want to have a kid with this girl that you're sleeping with, always wear protection. I don't care what she says. I don't care if she says she's on the pill. I don't care what it is. Do not do it. Don't trust that. Wear protection. And when you're done, dispose of the protection. Make sure you dispose it. Because I've read articles, done videos about women that have taken the leftovers in the condom and done what they got to do to get pregnant. Guys, I know 4 different women over the last few years that were all in their mid-30s. Mid-30s, guys, and they were single. They had a guy, but they were still not married. And they were at the point they wanted to be mommies. They wanted to have a family. They wanted to be married. And every single one of them in their mid-30s just so magically happened to get pregnant one day, even though they insisted they were on the pill. I know this because the boyfriends to these girls were guys either I'm friends with or I'm acquainted with. And every single one of them, the one guy, he's now married to the girl. And guess what? It's not all sunshine and rainbows, okay? It sucks. And he is very unhappy, but he won't do anything about it, okay? But prior to her getting pregnant, they actually had a lot of fun together. All changed when she had the kid and she got that ring on her damn finger. Just trust me on this. And the other 3 girls just so happened to get pregnant as well, mid-30s. Guys, statistically, there is no way that they all went through their whole lives with everything being cool, no problems, at least to what we know, and then all of a sudden, magically, all around the same age, mid-30s, when they were absolutely ready to get married and have kids, that they happened to get pregnant. Guys, it happens, okay? Wear protection. Take care of yourself and dispose of it. I cannot stress that enough. This happens to you, you're on the hook, guys. If the paternity test shows that kid's yours, child support, 18 years, okay? Or a lot of you guys that made up, at least old school way, would end up marrying the girls, even though that you didn't want to. Don't do it, guys. It's not that hard to buy the protection, put it on, and get rid of it. I cannot make that any more clear. So, all right, guys, that is the top 10 things that I've learned throughout my life. I've either learned the hard way or things I've learned I've gotten right. Number 10, the one about wearing protection, is something I've gotten right, but that was told to me early on, and I'm passing it to you. So anyway, guys, there's plenty of other things I could say about life lessons I could share with you, but I want to stick to 10 today because I don't want to do a 45-minute video. So, all right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. Comment down below, guys, if there are other things in your experiences that you think that could be shared to help guys out, because obviously plenty of guys watch this channel and they read the comments below, very entertaining comments, and they'll definitely help them out. And be sure to like the video, share with your friends, and subscribe. And I'll catch you next time.